I think I've got everything going. Yes. I just gotta do some pings. Okay.
That's all good. Okay, just gotta remember that I need to make sure I've muted various sites so that I don't get suddenly pinged out of nowhere and panicked like hell. Phew, alright. We'll get started proper in about 4 or 5 minutes as people trickle in.
Okay. And I'm gonna do my ping. Well, there we go. Oh wait, I do 2 pings. I'm stupid.
Oh my.
Okay, so there's one. And let me find the Twitter. Twitter is stupid. And it's Epsilon. Yo.
Pepsi.
I kind of like this. This is a chill way of slowly beginning an interview. It is nice.
It's a lot less stressful than what I used to have to do on radio. Radio was a case of, oh god, you called someone about 5 minutes before the interview.
Oh my.
And you're like, oh, can you hear us? Can you hear us? Okay, let's balance out your levels. Okay. Well, once this song's over, we'll get you on. All that kind of jazz. And then after that was a case of, okay, when the interview's over, we're going to have to rudely cut you off. Sorry about that. It's just how the system works. We're not going to be able to call you back afterwards.
I wouldn't mind that. I feel like that could be fun. It's like, okay, Vivi, and now we are done with the interview. Get lost.
Like the system,
the
system usually wasn't too bad. Usually, it's just yeah. There was some cases where it's like, oh yeah, if we're taking interviews by phone, yeah, we really can't do any aftercare.
And I think aftercare very important. Very important. Ah, it's Bonefoot. Oh my god. I'm sorry. I'm a big fan of Bonefoot, and you just poked into your chat. Hello. Hello.
If there's one interesting thing to note every time at the start of these interviews, it's to see who from a person's fan base shows up early.
Well, apparently Epsilon is the fastest. Flight. I had a guess Hayue would be here. Hello, Hayue.
Oh, I'm surprised I recognize some names here.
I'm always excited whenever there's a collab. It's always cool to see who actually comes by. So it is really nice to see you guys.
Because yeah, some of these fellas I was just in call with like either a couple of hours ago, even.
And hey, you are not predictable. It is just because this is the first one, the collab that was actually planned with like Australia, Japan time in mind.
Aussie and Japan times, yeah.
Okay, and let me do my little Twitter ping. Where's my sparkles emote? There we go. And yep.
Homo. Alright.
Homo. Done. There we go. As opposed to zombie lizard hours.
Oh,
yeah,
dear.
we appease these Americans so much, don't we?
Some of my other interviews have been straight up in American times, pretty much.
I often do American and European times just because, you know, it's easier and I sleep at god-awful times anyway, so it all works out.
Fair enough, fair enough. My own schedule has been completely booked for the past week as well, honestly.
Yeah, well, now it's like holidays here in Australia, so
yeah.
If I was younger, this would be when my sleep schedule would get mixed up. Oh, Fua's here! Oh my god! Okay.
Alright then, let's see, we'll get started in just a second. Considering that, yeah, quite a few people have already shown up, holy hell.
Oh, I gotta do a host too. Wait. I can do this. I'm a good person to collab with, I swear. I'm a good interviewee. There you go. There we go.
Thanks for the host. Let's shout out this person which just hosted us.
Man, yes. Weekly top gifters totally gets me. Every time I see a gift to sub now to be #1, I fall for it. I'm looking at that, I'm like, I could do that.
Oh my god.
That's like 1 sub. I could be #1. It's like $8. Who cares?
My god. Oh boy.
Hello. Hi. I recognize a lot of you. I'm actually a little nervous. I don't think I've ever, I've told everybody this is, I've never done, like, a VTuber interview kind of thing. I could do that. Damn it, Philip. I was going to take that, maybe.
God damn.
Hey, yo. This is so unfair. They're taking it away from me.
Hi, Fua and Hui. Thanks for the subs. Good lord. Oh man.
Stupid PayPal. Right.
Fua, I win. Nice. Oh, Christ. All right.
I see. Okay. It gives #1 to the person who did it first. Interesting. I see.
My god. The more you know, the more you know.
The more you know.
Alright. In which case, let's get started, I suppose.
Alrighty, let's go.
Alright then, so... First of all, quite simple to start out. Welcome to Moonlight Flowers. Please introduce yourself.
Okay. Well, I am... I am Vivi, Vividly Vivi. This is the spiel that I usually do for raids, but I tried to write out an introduction, but that didn't go super great. But I am Vivi of Vividly Vivi, radioactive Australian VTuber. I started out doing ASMR, now I just do variety streams. So I do art, I do ASMR, I play a lot of games and get really intense about doing the achievements and 100%ing them all. And let's see, I believe that finger guns are a socially acceptable response to anything.
I actually get very close to agreeing with that sentiment because whenever it comes to that kind of social agreement, I just click in a certain direction and point a finger gun. Usually I'm just like, hey!
Hey! It's so versatile. It works for everything.
Yeah, it is rather versatile. Let's see. So usually when it comes to someone's introduction, I normally see if I can pick up on anything and ask anything further. In this case, let's go the achievement hunting. So why specifically going out of your way to hunt achievements?
Okay, well, how do I say this? It's usually something to do with dopamine or serotonin or something like that. There's some kind of happy brain chemical every time I see one of those little things pop up because it's like, oh wow, I did a thing. Also, I have a bit of a completionist mindset, and that applies to a lot of things in my life. It started out with anime. Actually, maybe it started out with books. But basically, a long time ago, I told someone I didn't like something. I think it was a show. It was either a show or a book series. And the person said, nah, you can't say that. Did you finish it? And I was like, no, it was bad. Like, I didn't like it. They're like, nah, shut the fuck up, Vivi. You didn't finish it, therefore it doesn't count. So, you shut your face. And I was like, wait, so I have to finish it to hate on it? And ever since then, I've kind of had the, okay, well, I'll just 100% complete it, and then when I tell you that it sucks dick, it doesn't matter. You can't tell me that I didn't watch enough of it to tell you that it sucks dick.
Okay, I've actually had that same kind of logic before, where it's a case of, oh, yeah, someone telling me, oh, you can't judge something if you haven't finished it yet. So I'm like, all right, give me a week, I'll finish the lot, come back at you, then I'll tell you it's terrible either way.
You've got to change hair length, by the way.
Hey, give me a second here. Hopefully that key just went through. Yeah, it did. All right.
I do have another answer for that, though.
Oh, sure.
Which is a little bit more, how do I say this? Potentially bleak sounding, which is,
okay.
I don't know. It's not really, it's more naive, I suppose.
Let's hear it.
Whenever I start something, my brain always goes, we have all the time in the world to finish that. In my mind, being completionist is synonymous with I never die. I have all the time to do everything ever to the full extent, including 100%ing.
Oh, god damn. Okay.
So there's something in my brain that says if I 100% this, I have all the time. I don't want to read into that too much, and I don't talk about it very much.
Okay, fair enough, because yeah. The usual logic when it comes with, say, game dev and making achievements is there's normally 3 kinds. Those are the ones which you will get along the way, the ones which are secrets, and the ones people purposely have to work for, specifically.
Yeah, I hate those. Also love them. Those are the ones that give the most happy brain chemical.
Yeah, because those ones tend to be very, very out of the way. You need to change your playstyle entirely. So, for instance, if we go to your more recent streams and whatnot, say Crash Bandicoot. That one is, oh god, the completionist requirements are absolutely insane, usually.
I am so looking forward to when I have that shiny 100%. And I know that's going to be really hard because there are some... I've talked about this on stream. My opinion about a lot of games is that... even if you aren't very good at something, you can slowly master it. It doesn't actually require you to be, like, a whiz at gaming. Like, anything can be done with enough persistence, in my opinion. Anything.
Yeah, I usually hold roughly the same opinion when it comes to games. They are a case of the more practice you throw into them, the eventually you'll get to it. I will say, though, Crash is especially brutal with the way that it does its completionist stuff.
It can... I've talked about it before, but I think Crash is a lot like a rhythm game. Once you've got the rhythm, you're fine. You're going to completely do it totally no problem. You just need to find that rhythm.
Yeah, because it's a case of it was designed in a very different time where stuff kind of needed to be padded out. And the more recent editions haven't really particularly eased a lot of those. So get every crate, get every single collectible. It's going to take a while, is what I will say. Anyhow, let's see. Moving off of that, though, I'm rather interested in what exactly inspired your current design, actually. So all the nuclear sort of stuff.
Okay, so that's that's a funny story because just gonna be completely meta. We're gonna break total immersion if there was any.
Sure.
Basically, I don't know anything about nuclear anything. I don't know how it works. I don't know the names for things. I am literally no idea. But how it started is I had a design that I made towards the beginning of 2019 because that was when I started doing YouTube ASMR. And we thought, hey, we should probably have like a character to represent ourselves. Me and some friends were doing the ASMR thing. So we were all having this thought at the same time. And basically, I was like, okay, well, I'll doodle something. So I'm at work, and I doodle like a girl with purple hair, jeans, some kind of 80s jacket, because I love 80s jackets, like a little tank top, completely, belly button out, why not? And there was like a patch on the jeans, and I was like, we'll put badges on the jacket because that's kind of an 80s thing, and also because I collected badges at the time. And one of the badges I had was a Simpsons joke called Nuke the Whales.
Oh my.
So a lot of people didn't recognize that as a Simpsons joke, and they took it quite literally, and they were like, hey, yo, Vivi, why the fuck do you hate whales? Why do you want to nuke the whales? What the fuck, Vivi?
Oh, no.
And ASMR community is typically very positive. I'd say some of them have a pretty good sense of humor, but depending on what like side of ASMR you're walking on, some of them are a bit more comfy cozy than humor. So they did take it more literally. And I had to explain to them that it was a joke, and that I don't hate whales. I'm not against these gentle mammals of the sea, and I don't want to destroy them in nuclear fire. So I had to change the badge every time I drew my character to say something else. So I would say nuke anxiety if I was feeling like particularly anxious that week. When the Australian fires were happening in 2019, I changed it to nuke fire. So it just became like a running gag to say nuke this, nuke that, and people would be like, "Oh, what's Vivi gonna nuke next?"
All right.
So when the VTubing stuff started being planned, I was like, hey, we could lean into that more because I also love Fallout, which is pure coincidence. Because it really was just a Simpsons joke at the beginning. I thought, you know what, I would like to put her in a hazmat suit, and we'll make it a very inefficient hazmat suit, which will be.
If that is a hazmat suit, good lord.
I can show more if you would like. If you want me to stay seated, I will stay seated. But if you want me to show the people, I can.
I will leave that entirely to your discretion, by all means.
All right. Well, if I stand up and I go out of view, don't worry. That is just weird light tricks playing on your mind. Don't worry about it. But yeah, it's very inefficient if you look at it. My idea was that basically she has cut it open for aerodynamic purposes.
Oh no.
They've still got the warning signs, so it's totally workplace health and safety approved. I don't know why I wanted one of the sleeves cut short. I just knew that I did. I think it's the curse of VTubers wanting to be asymmetrical, which you can understand that. You've got like one shoulder out. Nobody.
Yeah. I gave my artist hell over asymmetrical stuff.
I'll sit my butt back down again. Here we go. Well, I think, am I back to? Yeah, I'm good. Yeah. I'm good. Back down.
But yeah, okay. Inefficient hazmat suit. Good lord.
I like how it turned out.
It turned out quite nicely. When I was going through the design and trying to pixel it out, I was like, wait, I've got to make slits here. Wait, I've got to make slits here too? Hold on.
Why is she so naked? Until I saw her moving, the first time I saw the rigging, I didn't realize how naked Vivi is at all times. Like, we've got shoulders out, we've got the upper chest out, we've got tummy out, we've got the sides of the legs out, we've got thigh squish. Honestly, I'm surprised I didn't make one of the stockings like short. And have more of a leg and a knee out, but no, apparently that's too far.
Yeah, I honestly didn't quite realize just how much was exposed until I tuned in on one of your streams and was like, hold up, wait, that's a lot. That's actually a lot.
Hold up, she's cold. She is not equipped for the winter. But also, one other thing, I always forget to bring this up because people talk about the headphones and then I forget to bring it up. The smiley faces, I just really like smiley faces. And I would draw this smiley face. Let me make them stop blinking for a second. I would draw the smiley face on lots of characters growing up all the time.
Okay.
So the big smile taking over the bottom half of the entire circle, and then the eyes just taking up the other side. That's always how I've drawn them.
Oh, it's a
So,
nice way of drawing smiley faces, because normally I just do 2 dotted lines and a smile, basically. Giving it a full grin's
I like
nice.
seeing how people do them. Lots of people do their own take. I've had some at some point in the future, maybe like a year or two from now, I want to collect all of the fan art and all of the commissioned art, and I want to do a tier list of how cursed the smiley face is, how friendly it is, and how evil it is. Because I've gotten some art back where those smiley faces, they're out for blood. You can tell it.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
there's no light in their eyes.
there are some very interesting ones out there. Yeah. Anyway, let's see. Let's shift this on to the next question on this list. So, what exactly drew you to VTubing specifically? So not just staying in the ASMR kind of scene, but actually coming over here. And
Okay.
yeah.
Sure. That's kind of an interesting question, especially because if I had to describe it, if you looked at me from an outside perspective, it would look like I was dragged into VTubing kicking and screaming, because there are literal screenshots of me saying, "Oh no, I could never VTube. I would be so garbage at it. Like I can't do it. Like nah, I'd be really bad. I'm bad at streaming."
I do remember seeing a few of those tweets before.
Yes. So before the VTubing, I had streamed once publicly,
Okay.
and that went okay. It was awkward. It was nervous. It was Spyro. It's still up on my YouTube channel, so history can stay there forever. And then I did a couple of private ones that were just for the Discord that are unlisted. And they were more fun. I had more fun with like a smaller group of people. It was less nerve-wracking that way. But the first person I saw go into VTubing and who clearly loved it and was having time of her life doing it was Lily, Lemonleaf ASMR.
Okay.
And before that, I hadn't really paid a lot of attention to VTubing. I had seen Kizuna Ai around, and I feel really ashamed admitting this. I thought Kizuna Ai was actually AI. I actually believed in AI for a little bit. I was like, man, technology's crazy.
To be fair, back in my more naive days, yeah, I thought the same.
I was like, man, I didn't know how cool technology was. We just invented a girl and she's cute. But apparently, it was like finding out that Santa's not real.
Oh no.
But I saw Lily having so much fun. I was like, wow, this actually makes streaming look like fun. This looks great. But that wasn't enough. I was still like, nah, not for me. And then I saw a video that I tell lots of people about, which was Hololive members dancing like Hosho Marin. And it's 3D models. It's that somebody has set to a song, and they are essentially, it is just them swaying their butts, and I lost myself in Roboco's butt. I was like, wow, I want this. I want this.
Okay.
That sealed the deal for me.
Wow.
I was like, I can be the anime girl. Fuck yeah.
Oh man, because I had a friend which was more or less the guy who dragged me into this whole kind of community, and his logic was very much the same. Just, I can be anime? Hold up.
I can be. It's like, hold the fucking phone. I can be anime. But yes, that's also the other reason why Vivi wears shorts, like pants, shorts, jumpsuit, whatever you want to call it. Because in those videos, there's a lot of skirt swaying, but Robico was the only one with like pants, and I was like, "That's, that is good. That's good stuff. We need that. We need that in our lives." So yeah, that is why Vivi has pants.
Oh yeah, wait, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Holy hell.
Yep.
Right.
Hopefully that answers the question.
That answers it pretty damn well, I will say. A very convincing answer from a certain point of view, at least. Right.
Sometimes you just, your world changes because of Robico ass.
Oh my god. Because yeah, Roboco's design. At first, you look at it, it's like, oh yeah, this is pretty normal. Then you see the lower end of the design, and you're like, oh
So
my.
much Roboco has so much sex appeal, even though so cute, and so much of her legs are out, and I love it. It's fantastic.
Yeah, there is quite a lot on display, I will say.
Yes, it is very good.
Alright, so I will ask, because since you are part of that ASMR kind of scene, and
Mhm.
I am rather curious, what exactly is your creative process regarding when it comes to voice acting and ASMR? How do you go about figuring out your videos? How do you go about content creation, per se?
Okay, so with an ASMR video, it has changed a little bit over time, and I'm going to say now I'm actually trying to get back to how I used to do it.
Oh, okay. Let's hear it
So,
then.
ASMR voice acting. Basically, what I liked, my favorite thing in ASMR is humorous ASMR. That is not the most popular. What is popular and what is enjoyable to me are very different things. What is popular is typically more on the comforting side. Like, I've done a few. There's like comforting girlfriend or comforting friend, caring friend, helps you go to sleep, tells you everything's going to be okay. And I've watched plenty of those. They're very good. But my favorite is actually the ones where they have titles or just concepts that make people go, what the fuck? Like, what? They'll be like the ones that say like beats you to sleep or
Oh,
steals
god
your
damn it.
wallet and then yells at you for not having enough money. Like that kind of ASMR is the stuff that makes me go, yes, I want to watch this. Like I wanna fall asleep to this. Let's go.
Okay,
So
specifically when I went on your channel,
Mm?
the first one that caught my eye, for whatever reason, had to do
Oh
with a
no.
ghost and some orange juice. And I was like, hold up.
Yes. That one surprisingly actually was a Patreon submitted idea.
Oh, heck. Okay.
And that's why it is a surprise, because usually Patreon submitted ideas are a little bit more conventional.
Oh, okay.
But that one was actually submitted by a friend who shares the same kind of view as me. Really enjoys humorous and one of a kind sort of ideas that haven't been done before. So one of the reasons why I think that one was even suggested is a little bit of backstory.
Go for it.
I have famously gone on record saying that I have openly wept / cried because I was thirsty.
Oh my.
I have run out of juice and I have just started crying because I'm like, I want a juice. Why? Where is it?
God
Why?
damn.
Why is life so unfair? And I think that may have played a part in them submitting that. So I loved that concept. I had fun with it because I actually got to like shake an empty juice carton and was like, hey, human, where's the OJ? You gotta go out and buy some, like right now. What the fuck? Go buy some right now. So with the process, usually I would have the concept, whatever it is.
Yep.
I do things a little bit backwards. Technically, what people usually do is they write the script first,
Okay.
and then they draw the character, or they get the character art if you're commissioning somebody. I've done all of my character art, at least for my YouTube channel. I like VTubing in that I get to commission other artists, so I get to have a little bit of a break.
Fair.
I've only recently gotten back into doing art again. I've been kind of avoiding it. I wasn't enjoying it for a little bit.
Fair enough.
But then I would do character art first and then the script, which I don't know if that's better or worse. It does mean that I have to play the script around what the character already looks like. And then there's recording, which I hate it until I'm doing it. Recording, I always dread recording until I'm actually sitting down doing it. And then I'm like, oh, I can do this? I remember how to do this? Oh. But then we get to editing.
Oh no. Yeah.
I hate editing. I hate editing so much. My dream is that someday I will be in a field of flowers and my dream editor will be on the other side of the field of flowers, and we will lock eyes and we will run towards each other. And I'll say, "You complete me. I'll pay you whatever you want. I never want to touch an editing program ever again."
Oh,
And they'll
good
take me
lord.
in strong editing arms. And they will never ever let me touch editing software ever again.
Oh no. Because yeah, editing is one of those things I've had to do on radio very often, simply because after you do your segment and whatnot, they expect you to upload records later on so that people can just view them for prosperity. Straight after you've been live and whatnot, you go into audition, you open it up, and you're like, oh my god, everything sounds horrible.
I don't mind listening back to my voice. I've overcome that part. I find a lot of people who are getting into ASMR, whether that's VTubers or just people who just want to straight up do the role play aspect, they go, "Oh, how do you edit? How do you listen to your voice? I hate it. Like, I hate it so much." I might have been like that in the beginning, but the process has forced me to become okay with it.
Yeah.
You don't get anything done
yeah.
if you're going like, voice.
Eventually you do just have to get used to your own voice and then just run with it from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is just that learning process. But yeah,
Definitely.
Speaking of which, a lot of the VTubers I've pulled up on this particular interview show, a lot of them do cite ASMR as one of their future goals or something that they would like to do at some point.
Pog! I'm so excited. I feel like more and more people are getting into it, and I'm so excited about it because I feel like right now, if I look into my followed channels, how many people are doing ASMR? Cool, none. Okay, I need to follow more people. So I'm hoping at some point, at any point of the day, there will be, like, I know there are people doing ASMR, but all right, let's be real. We like anime. We like anime, don't we, chat? We want the anime people doing the ASMR. So that's kind of what I want at any point of the day.
At some point, I'll say it'll eventually get to the critical mass with the amount of VTubers, like just on the smaller sample size of maybe the 19 or so people I've interviewed so far. You're making up 20 actually as of this interview. At least 15 of those have cited ASMR as something they want to do in future.
Yes, it's happening. It's happening, chat. Fuck yeah. we're getting our dream. I'm very excited.
But yeah, speaking of which, let's lead on from there then. Let's see. So, regarding the indie VTuber scene, what are your general thoughts on it?
So this one, you sent me this one in advance, along with a few others.
Yep.
So I was thinking how I would answer this, because this one I feel like is a little bit important. So there are so many talented people in the independent VTuber scene, like just all around us.
Heck of a lot of people. Christ.
I'm constantly shocked at like the great like design taste, the really fun personalities. So many of them are so great at improv, which is another reason I wanted to get into VTubing, because I have terrible improv skills and I was hoping to get better at it. But it's really cool seeing all these people be brought towards it, particularly because I'm not going to lie, streaming didn't appeal to me so much on its own. The added element of like the character, not necessarily playing as a character, but just having a character there made it more appealing. And I feel like with COVID and everything and VTubing becoming more accessible and affordable, it's resulted in like so much more interest in it. And like that includes me too. And like there are so many people giving it a try who otherwise might not have. And that's really cool because like they may not have tried it beforehand. They may not have gotten into it. And I'm seeing so many people who are like, you know, getting into singing, getting into art stuff, ASMR, and it's really neat. It's really cool. Like, I feel like also just the independence that it's given some people, like, haha, indie VTuber scene independence. But for some of them, it's opened up huge opportunities, and you can see these people literally changing their lives, and it's great. The only negative I would say is I think, and we're all guilty of this, including me, some of us can get a little bit too focused on numbers, and
Yeah.
that can hold us back from having fun. I've seen so many people and friends, and including me, like I've also had the, oh man, like them numbers, they weren't as good as maybe that other person or even myself like 4 days ago. I guess I'm terrible now. Oh no. But like I feel like it's a little bit dangerous in a way. Like I really wish that I could just like go clap clap, numbers gone, just have fun. Like the numbers are fake and not real. Don't believe in them.
Yeah, metrics, when it boils down to it, can get very scary at times. Just a case of it's a quantifiable measurement of whether you're actually doing good or not, and it's on the more toxic side of things, really. For myself,
and it makes me worry.
For myself, I've kind of thrown away that concept entirely, because as someone who was on radio before, I've already seen what it's like to have all of those numbers, and I was like, it's fine if I'm just down a lot more down, so I don't have to be full-on professional and don't have to be, like, carrying myself proper the entire time, because holy hell, being on radio was a completely different experience, because you'd be talking to, like, university professors or just people from whatever part of the community, and you'd have to be full-on, like, yep.
People without anime avatars. Why even interview them? I'm kidding.
Yeah, it's a case of it's a very different view to take eventually, and being able to go do away with the numbers and whatnot does help out a lot.
Yeah, I think so. I also worry a lot because I'm older. I'm a little bit on the boomer side, but not too much, because I know there are people older than me and they don't like me calling myself a boomer, because then they're like, excuse me, Vivi, what the fuck does that make me? But I see a lot of younger people, and to me, anyone under 25, I sort of go, baby, you're baby. When I see younger people being like, oh no, like I don't have 200 people watching me. Oh man, like why live? I want to hold them and be like, no, you're doing great. Please stop. You're hurting yourself. But like, I'm hoping that they can kind of get past the numbers and get back to the fun, because I know that I personally, not so much with the VTubing, but with my YouTube channel, the numbers really fucked me up. They really got in my head, because it'd be like, oh, this video didn't do very well. And I would also have people commenting being like, oh, you don't upload half as much as like other people. How come you only upload once a month and other people upload 3 times a month? And that really got to me. But recently I've been able to throw that away, and it's made me feel so much better.
Fair enough. In which case, let's see. Let's shift along to this one then. So, what would you consider your favorite kind of streams to do, actually?
So, my favorite ones are basically pretty much ones where they're shot from the hip, very little planning, which is almost all of my streams. The second I have a plan, I'm going to freak out more about it. I'm going to be like, oh no, how did we plan to do this? Oh no. If you're talking about like games, art, ASMR, I'm currently been enjoying the games ones a lot, which kind of led to me changing my name from Vividly ASMR to Vividly Vivi. Because I had a lot of people rating, and I would have to explain to them, yes, there's ASMR in my name, but there is no ASMR today. I am sorry, shop's closed. And then someone would redeem ASMR, and haha, Vivi. Which is still pretty funny as a joke, actually. But I like the game ones because I don't have to worry too much about volume control. I do worry a little bit during ASMR streams because if a neighbor makes a little bit too much noise, or there's a dog or birds, or I hug the mic and then it kind of topples over and then all of chat goes, ah! There's a lot less stress in terms of like keeping the atmosphere comfy.
Because yeah,
Just...
when it comes to games, yes, you are a lot more on the spot rather, and then a lot less necessarily needing to worry about all those extra audio issues. Because I know when I do a couple of streams similar to this, it's a case of, oh god, is my dog barking in the background?
Yeah, we had that earlier. I had an ASMR stream earlier today, and we had the neighbor dog going bark, bark, bark.
I think I tuned in on part of that, actually. I was like, I've just woken up. Why am I feeling sleepy again? Oh no.
Back to sleep. But yeah, those are the favorite kinds. I've sort of been hoping to do more planned streams to try and get myself out of my comfort zone. So I have some ideas that I want to do, which are like tier list ones where I have to do some preparation beforehand. But yeah, at the moment, I really like ones where I'm just like, all right, let's motherfucking hit go live. That's kind of it.
Because yeah, for myself even, I have the bare minimum of a plan and just go in, because yeah, for myself, I am someone who is almost fully built on improvisation. Unfortunately, that also does apply to my D&D sessions as well. It is rather infamous that I have about anywhere between 30 seconds to 5 minutes before I start my D&D session and then just go straight into it.
I see.
And I somehow managed to carry for about 3 hours. God knows how.
D&D do that.
But yeah, I will say improvisation is one of those things which you can build up a lot in streaming, and as far as the content I've seen from you, at least when it comes to streaming, you've gotten pretty good at it, really.
I like to believe so. I think I have. I haven't gotten to the point where I'm better at it in terms of like, because I think the end goal was for me to be able to sit down and just make an ASMR video without a script, because not gonna lie, script writing is very hard.
Yes, it is. Good lord,
It takes very long out of the process, along with editing. So I was hoping to cut out the middleman being me, and not write a script, but haven't quite gotten there yet.
Close enough, close enough. At this point, I'd say you can hold a stream pretty decently without any real awkward stops or anything from what I can see, because you managed to pick up on cues very quickly, anyhow.
Chat helps out a lot, I think. Like, I have a very lovely crop of people who come and keep me company, even when I'm like, hey, don't come to this stream, it's crash again, we're just gonna be going at gems, so like, just don't come, there's no reason, like, you're not gonna have fun, I'm not gonna have fun, don't come, it's fine. And then they see through the bullshit and they come keep me company.
Fair enough. So I'll shift into this question then. So what kind of audience do you think you yourself attract, per se?
That's a hard question, because I have two sides. I talked about this earlier. This was one of the questions that I had a hard time thinking about. So it's very hard to generalize an entire audience.
Yes,
because
it usually is.
You've got a lot of people and not everyone's going to fit into the boxes. But I would say that there is a bit of a sliding scale with my audience. I would say on one side, we've got, we'll say on this side, we have the comfy, cozy, cuddly chat people. So they're the ones who come in and they're like, Vivi, and have like lots of little heart emotes. And when I see them, I smile because they're so darn cute. How adorable. Like, they're here for a good time and they want to cuddle up and, have fun. That's the good shit. We like that. Okay. And then we have the other side, which are the shit posters who come in to be like, ugh, Vivi's being fucking boomer again. Vivi zero brain cell. And the funny thing is watching them change places sometimes. Like sometimes I can see a chaotic chat person. And by the way, just so we're clear, I do have a limit for chaotic. So if somebody comes in to chat and they're like rude, disruptive, mean, I don't really want anybody who's like gonna full on bully me. We do kind of yeet them, but there's a a good crop of people who know where the line is, and God bless him, they are good at dancing on that line, and we love them. So it's nice though seeing them get flustered and become the comfy, cozy ones, because during ASMR streams, some of them can fall for the come here, get a mic hug, come here, time for kisses, time to get tucked in, and then you'll see them be like, baby, get away from me.
Heck, right.
And I like that. I like that a lot.
That's interesting audience, I will say, because one thing I'll say is I think when it comes to the Aussie side of things, shitposting becomes a norm, I guess.
It does. Yeah. It does. I think they also expect that from us. And I'm not going to try and get into the science of it or nothing, but I think it's because for a lot of Americans, when they tune in, it's the middle of the night, and brains do weird things in the middle of the night. Sometimes they're just tired. Sometimes the chemicals aren't doing what they want. Sometimes they're sleep deprived. So shitposting comes more naturally to them, and our humor, just our regular everyday humor, they're like, oh man, that's crazy. Listen to this shit posting at 4 a.m. And we're like, it's like 12. It's midday. Why are you so surprised?
Yeah, it's like the culture shock you get if you're over in the States or whatnot, and it's like, oh, wait, someone's drinking already? Oh, that's weird. You come over to Australia, it's like, oh, someone's drinking? Yeah, every waking moment of the day is good for drinking. What do you want about?
Yeah. When you tell people, like, I'll tweet sometimes, I'm like, all right, today's a drinking day, and someone will be like, Vivi, it's 9 in the morning. And I was like, listen, I've planned my day out. It's a drinking day.
Despite the whole aesthetic I've got going on here, day drinking isn't actually something I do very commonly. It's more a thing where I'm just like, oh yeah, if it's like a nighttime, I'll pour myself a glass of whiskey or a glass of gin or something, and just go with that. But yeah, drinking. Any time of day is good for it over here. Same with shitposting.
For me, it's usually during the day, because if I do it at night, I'm not going to hydrate enough. By the time I go to bed, I will just crash and go to sleep. So I prefer to drink during the day, because there's more time for me to take care of myself before bed.
Okay, fair enough in that regard, because hydration is very bloody important when it comes to drinking.
It do be.
Yeah, you can spare yourself quite a few hangovers if you just remember to take a sip every now and then.
Exactly. Absolutely.
But yeah, it is a rather broad audience that you've got, and just seeing that dynamic in the crossover is...
I'm really grateful for them. Like, I feel like I've had people come into my streams, particularly the ASMR ones, not so much the video game ones. I think if somebody is introduced to me in a video game stream, they just see it as normal. They're like, oh, okay, Australian streamer. But if they come in during an ASMR stream and they see how chat and I interact, they see, like, because sometimes I'll, one of my famous clips, I'm like leaning in close to the mic and I'm going like, y'all motherfuckers better relax. And
God damn
it. that clip got put on YouTube and people were like, oh, what? ASMR artists talk like this? Raid.
Hey. Give me a moment to shout out a friend then. Hi Sasha, how's your stream?
Welcome, Raiders.
From memory, they were playing... Observation Duty.
That doesn't sound like a game. That sounds like work. I'm gonna have a drink.
They were playing something different earlier, but anyway, welcome aboard, Raiders. Welcome aboard. And Gal, thanks for the sub. I will hydrate myself, actually.
Yes, there's been much talking. 50 minutes of talking with no hydration. We're being terrible. Oh yeah, it is fun when people start with ASMR and then they watch a gaming and then they're surprised by the accent, because when I whisper or speak softly, my Australian accent, it just vanishes.
Fair. Mine rarely comes out unless it's pushed to the brink, usually. Just a case
I feel
of,
like,
yeah.
yeah, I feel like it's the louder I get, the more Australian I become. And certainly certain words. I've always been told I sound quite American, and then Americans talk to me and they're like, "Nah, you don't sound American at all. What the fuck are you talking about?" It's like I'm nowhere, no place.
No place. Oh no. Alright then. Let's see if I shift onto another one of these questions around here. So, Alright, so this is somewhat tangentially related to some of the earlier ones. So what exactly does content creation mean to you?
That is a very potentially philosophical question,
Yep,
which
it
I
is.
think would go right over my head. Content creation for me is fun. Like that's pretty much what it boils down to. I do stuff for fun. It's not really, I don't know. I do wonder if anyone has, like, I don't know what other people would answer for this. I kind of wish that I could see that, but then again, it might alter my answer. For me, content creation, whether that be like streaming or making videos, there's always a little bit of me in there. More so in streams. Videos, it's a little bit more kind of crammed in there in a corner. You have to read past all the ooh-oos. But like, I guess that would mean that it's expression, isn't it? That's the word I want. I'm very bad at these kinds of answers. I haven't done like an essay since I was in high school, and I've never been good at that.
Fair.
But I do everything for fun. Fun is pretty much why I pursue anything. If it's not fun, I don't really give a fuck. I don't know if that makes me good or bad at what I'm doing. It does mean that I have a hard time pursuing projects that I'm not passionate about. I can burn out, which did happen at the end of last year with the ASMR stuff because I got a little bit too focused and worried about the numbers, and it stopped being fun. So it was just very difficult to make the videos. But when it comes to like doing something, if I'm having fun, that's all I really care about. So I don't know if that's answered the question.
No, that's a pretty good answer, all things considered. Most people go on about the categories of content or just what counts as content, say streams or VODs or clips or whatever. In your case,
yeah, it's all content.
Yeah, in your case, yeah, it's all content, and as long as it's fun, it seems to appeal to you, which works perfectly fine, really. Because, yeah, from the more philosophical take, some people say, oh, it needs to be like high art, or it needs to have a meaning, or whatever. But
gross.
It's a case of, yeah, it's a bit on the...
Not to dunk on them immediately, but I've met them types. My sister, I have an older sister, not a VTubing sister, like a biological sister, who is in the art community over in Sydney. She's not like this, but she has some friends who believe in the high concept, high art sort of thing. And I'm gonna say this now: those people are not fun to be around. Like, and also like their homes are filled with books that they have not read. And they're like, oh yes, I do believe that it was Schopenhauer who said that you should never have bread on a Thursday. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Who cares?
Philosophy is one of those fields where I'm just like, oh man, did you really have to start speaking about this? Because I have a brother which does roughly the same. He is someone else in a kind of writing kind of centric community, and it's like, oh,
I see.
Oh man. Like the guy sticks to me like glue usually. So if I'm doing whatever, he'll probably be sitting in the corner of my room, and he'll pipe up every now and then about some random philosophy, and I just feel like, oh heck, man, I didn't need this right now.
I don't know. I came from a pretty ordinary kind of household. And like, sure, we could wax philosophic about things if we wanted to, but one thing that was very prominent when I was growing up is my dad. If I posed hypotheticals to him, like, "Oh, what would you do?" Like, you know those questions kids liked asking, like, "Oh, would it be okay if, like, what if you had to kill somebody because they were gonna like push you off a cliff?" And like, you're like 6, you
yeah.
think it's an amazing question, and you're like, "Oh man, I'm gonna stump them."
Yeah, I know
From
that
the age
feeling.
of from the age of 6 until now, so I'm 28 now. It's been 22 years. My dad still says hypotheticals are stupid. Anybody who wastes time on hypotheticals is an idiot.
Wow.
He said all hypotheticals and all generalizations are stupid. And then when I was 14, I'd be like, "Isn't that a generalization?" And then he would tap his nose.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. That is a very direct answer for that one. Good lord. Alright, so I'll shift into this next question rather quickly. So, what exactly are your goals for the future from this point onwards?
Okay, so I've actually feels weird to say this. I've lost a little bit of sleep thinking about that question.
Eh?
Not because you've asked it. I thought it to myself the other week. And once again, I'm gonna give you way too much Vivi Vivi life story here.
Oh, by all means, shoot. By all means.
I haven't had a solid like dream or goal since I was a kid, and those would go away pretty fast because I'd think about like the reality of it. Like I wanted to be a vet when I was like, I don't know, 5, and I found out that you had to like put your hand up animals. So I was like, no, we're not doing that. No. The last dream I had, I didn't make it. I wanted to be a high school teacher and I didn't get the grades for it, so I had to give up.
yeah.
And instead, well, I didn't have to give up, but I did. And I got a job. I got a job instead and put my partner through school, and he became a teacher.
Oh.
And when that happened, I actually had a conversation with my mother, who started crying when she talked about this. She was like, "I'm just so worried about you. What do you like? Do you have any dreams? Like, do you have any goals? Like, I just worry that you're going to go through life with nothing." And I was like, "I want to have fun. I want to be happy. That's my dream." And I may have been 18 when I said that, and it's been like 10 years since then. It's still true. I just want to be happy. I don't really have like, there are things that I would love to try. There are things that I would love to get. Like, I don't really think like getting a 3D model is like a dream, really. It's just kind of a want. Like, I would love to have one at some point, because then, hey, we could play certain VR games on stream. We could maybe do like that Beat Saber thing. But I don't think that classifies as a goal for me. That's really just something fun to do. So at the end of the day, it's really just about having fun. And I know that I keep saying that. I feel like this whole stream has been me going, fine. But that's really so much of what I care about. Fun, and we're gonna break out the Yu-Gi-Oh! Friendship speeches here.
Oh boy.
Making friends, fun with friends. And one thing that I really, really like, especially like since I got going with the online stuff, so starting in like 2019, I love seeing friends discover things about themselves that they like, discover projects for their own, and get really excited and be like, "Vivi, I think I want to try this. Vivi, I want to do that." I love supporting them in that. Taco, funny that you should mention Nakama. I love One Piece, and a very strong part of One Piece is Nakama, or family, comrades, whatever they call it.
Yep.
If I did have like a goal or a dream that I feel like maybe I have already found it, but I want to keep going, I really do want like a strong bond with friends.
Oh,
just
okay.
I would love to someday be like, I don't know, 40 and still doing this maybe. Like, I don't have anything else I really want to do, so I'm happy to keep going. I don't mind if I someday become Granny VTuber.
Oh boy.
But I would love to have a group of friends who I can look back on with all of this and be like, man, this has been crazy. I think that's maybe it. The goal for the future, I guess, is to just go for as long as I can, have as much fun as I can, and hopefully not do it alone.
No, that's a fairly admirable goal. It's very, very straightforward as well in that regard.
I don't know if it's admirable. It's kind of selfish. I want friends. I want to have fun.
Everyone wants to have fun. It's being very honest about it, though, is what I'll say. Anyway, hydrate, take a drink.
Yeah, let's do that. I just had one of those impulses where I open the bottle and then I'm like, okay, now shake it.
Wait, shake it?
No.
Wait, after opening it? Hold up.
Yes. I was like, no.
Alright, so as an odd break to all of that, I am going to ask an odd set of questions. Odds are, really.
Hit me.
So, let's see, how does one put it? So, among the times where I started paying a lot more attention to the kind of stuff you were doing was, oddly enough, when you started posting about a mouse plague, of all things.
Beautiful. I like where this is going.
So, let's see. So, I'd seen the tweets and I was like, holy hell, okay, this sounds somewhat disastrous. Then you go on about it on stream. I was like, oh my god, okay. So then it gets worse from there. And then it was like a week-long saga of you just breaking down over mice, and I was just like, oh god.
Yep,
Oh, god.
I absolutely was losing my mind that week.
So yeah, do go over it. What was that entire week like for you?
So basically, we were moving house. We used to live in a place called Wagga Wagga. I can tell you that now because I don't live there. We have since moved, but we're still very out west. And basically, Wagga Wagga, we lived up a flight of stairs in an apartment or in a unit or whatever you want to call it. And we had a big blast shutter door. We didn't have any pest problems. The entire time that I lived there, I didn't see a single cockroach. There were plenty of spiders, though. Lots of spiders found their way in. But there were no mice, no rats, no cockroaches. Loved it. So anyway, we moved. And it had been a pretty disastrous move. Like, we'd lost a lot of furniture. Furniture had broken. We'd had... I tried to book a hotel for us to sleep in. I accidentally booked it for the month after, so we had to sleep on the floor in our old apartment. So we ended up arriving in our new home, and all we had was essentially our mattress on the floor. We didn't have a bed frame because it had broken in the move. And yeah, so it was like, okay, but we're fine because we had a mattress and we didn't have a computer or a desk or anything, so I was pretty limited in what I could do. So I'm lying down. And then I'm like, oh man, gotta go to the bathroom. So I went to the bathroom. And upon my way back, I see two mice, and I was very sleepy at the time. So I thought maybe the first time when it ran across my field of vision, I was like, that's a big cockroach, I hope. And then a second one ran out and playfully like ambled after the first one. And I was like, them not cockroaches, that a mouse. That mouse is. And so I went back to bed and I was like, hey, we got mice. And partner was like, fuck, okay, we'll deal with it in the morning. So anyway, I lay down in bed and I'm like, okay, it's fine. Mice probably don't want to be near humans. I didn't Google it until later. Mice don't give a fuck.
No, they really
anyway,
don't.
as I'm laying my head down, I can hear something kind of snuffling, scratching, and I'm like, please be in the wall. Please be in the wall. For the love of God, please be in the wall. So I look behind the mattress. I peel it away from the wall slightly with my fingers.
Oh no.
It shoots out. It scrambles past my hand out the door. And I started crying. And that was when the tweets started. That was when I started really losing it. And there were about 4 days of that. There were 4 days. The day after, we bought. So, fun fact: the entire city had run out of traps because there is currently a mouse plague going on in New South Wales. So, everybody is buying traps. Basically, there were no mice traps, but there was an electronic rat trap.
Oh.
And we were like, okay, well, maybe that works. So when I say it's electronic, I know that sounds barbaric, and some people are like, oh no, but it's actually very painless. Like, it's very fast. Apparently the mice die very quickly. They pretty much set foot on the little plate and then bzzz, and they're gone. Like, very quick.
Yeah.
I had a lot of people, well, not a lot, I'd say maybe 3 or 4, be like, why can't you catch them and let them go?
Oh no.
And it's like, listen, it's a mouse plague. We literally are throwing away crops because of how bad it is. Like, Australia is actually like, this is a plague. Like, you can Google it.
Yeah.
So they're all over the street. Houses are full of it. We were killing about 3 to 4 a night. So, and that was the ones that we caught.
No.
Yeah, there's billions of them. This isn't a catch and release kind of thing. You have to deal with it. The numbers are out of control. So we can't get a cat because we rent. When we told the real estate people, they sent some pest guys. And they set up some traps, they set up some bait. They were very lovely. One of them offered to give me the entire series of MASH on DVD. Very lovely guy.
Wait, Matt? Jeez.
I've already watched it all, though, so I turned him down. I'm not kidding. I love MASH.
Oh, heck,
anyway,
right.
Basically, I found the hole that they were coming in through, so I plugged it up with steel wool. And that night, we caught 3 or 4. And then the next night we caught 1, I think. And then nothing.
Ooh, okay.
And then we started having nights with no mice. And honestly, we've caught 2 mice since then. They have been very spaced out. So I don't know how they're getting in. They may be another hole, or they may be falling in through like a vent in the ceiling or something. But there's so few of them now that I can sleep very peacefully. Also, we have a bed frame now. We have graduated off the floor. I know that graduate is a dirty word, but that's the best the best word I could think of.
Oh man.
So yeah, that's the saga. But if you were watching on Twitter, I was absolutely losing my mind.
Yeah, you were. You really were.
I was not okay.
Because my own personal experience with this mouse plague at this point is it's fairly yikes, because I'm towards southwest rather than all the way out the boonies. I'm rather very close to the bush instead, and it's only just started getting over here.
I see.
It started with a very rude awakening one day where one of my dogs had just lunged after a mouse, jumped it, and just shook it, and it was just like, wait, what the heck is going on?
Yeah, dogs will do that.
Yeah, it was followed up by about half an hour to an hour of said dog throwing up, because turns out mice aren't clean. Then it turned out we realized, wait, where'd the mouse come from? Oh no.
Yeah.
So we started looking around. We started thinking about, okay, so we don't have that many like holes where mice could potentially come through. Where are they? We checked the laundry. Why? Because every time someone takes out a basket of laundry, no one closes the door. We realize the bags of rice have been invaded. The bags of potatoes have been invaded.
No.
The back of the washing machine and dryer. We notice all the mice droppings, and we're just like, oh no. Oh no. They're here.
Yep, they'll do it.
Yep, and it only got worse from there. It only got worse from there, because we were just like, oh no. Because from there we were like, wait, the laundry's attached to the kitchen. Don't tell me the kitchen too.
No, that's so sad. I was very lucky. All of our food has been untouched because they can't We have a pantry with very high shelves, and then shelves on top of it, so it's kind of boxed in, and the mice apparently can't climb up there. So all of our food was very safe. However, I'm going to tell you guys a horror story now.
Oh boy.
Apparently, in some places in New South Wales, one woman has reported that her refrigerator has broken 6 times because mice keep climbing up the vent and dying and clogging the vent to her refrigerator.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever somebody's like, why do you have to kill the mice? That's why.
They're destroying the fridges. God.
Protect the fridge. The mice are destroying our electronics with their carcasses. We are not okay.
Alright, meanwhile I've got
another drink.
Yeah, I've got an IRL in chat which keeps going hydrate. God damn it, Zelly.
I appreciate it. Thanks. Kill the mice before they kill themselves. Yes.
Oh my god.
I also had a friend from another state from Discord send me some traps because I was like, we don't have any, we can't buy any. So he sent me some. That's a homie.
Because yeah, traps in this area, you can't really get too many of these days. It's more so there is rat poison at least, or mice poison.
Yeah, we bought a lot of those too, and the mice loved it, ate it up, but like, you don't really get any peace of mind because they go away and die, and there's no like guarantee. So like, you know, you lie awake at night being like, but what if that was a super mouse who is immune to poison?
Super mouse? No. God.
I'm sorry to put that thought in your brain, but you're thinking it now.
Yeah, I am. It's the same thought I had when it came to super rabbits. You know, the ones that aren't affected by the pesticide anymore.
Yeah, they do exist, and I feel like they would probably have some very strong mice who are similar.
Good lord. Yep. Because I've seen rabbits come and go from my neighborhood as well, and just, oh boy. If you're thinking super mice now, that's that's a different kind of trauma to be thinking of. Because now it's like, oh, none of my potatoes were ever safe, were they?
Your poor potatoes. I feel so bad for you.
Because the thing is, my family has an entire vegetable garden out the back, even. Like, everything from chilies, tomatoes, eggplants, whatever. And
they probably don't eat the chilies. Maybe.
Here's the thing. They do. They
strong
eat the chilies.
Mice.
They
Super
eat all
mice.
of the chilies, actually. So, we set aside, like, a drying rack for some chilies and whatnot. Like, 2 free stacks. And this is set up in the laundry as well, next to the taters and whatnot. On top of the washing machine, even. And when we realize, oh, there are mice droppings up here too. Wait, what are they eating? Oh no. They're eating the chilies too.
No! Nothing is sacred!
Yeah, nothing is sacred. That's pretty much the general feeling that was gotten from there. It's like, oh no, no matter what we do, the mice are gonna go for it.
I'd always be impressed if I didn't hate them.
But yeah, being that far out in wherever, essentially, in Australia, surely you also get spiders as well, yes?
Oh yes, we do. And that was also part of the mouse breakdown, because one of the things we discovered was our closet, one of our wall closets, because we finally have like a hallway with a closet in it, and I was like, oh, Pog, we could put like toilet paper in there or something.
Hold on.
Like, you know, first time, like, we've moved out before, but our other place didn't have a closet in a hallway. We had no hallway. We had like 3 rooms. I loved it. I loved having a small place. This place is a lot bigger. Don't really have much to do with the space, so I'd be totally happy to downsize again. But basically, we opened that up, and there were redbacks in there.
Oh,
and
man.
For the Americans and the Europeans in chat, redbacks, I think, are the second or third most deadly spider in Australia. They're quite small. They may be like the size of your thumb, like thumbnail. Like, they're not very big. And the thing is, like, they look very similar to these regular little black house spiders you get, which is what was in my old place. We used to have like scores of these little black spiders. I hate them. But redbacks look very similar. But they're a lot more dangerous.
Ah, yes. They burn a lot more too. Oh god.
Yes, they do. They're a lot more violent. They will actually bite you rather than run. I have heard some people say that they run, but no.
No.
But no. we had the pest people come in when they were taking care of the mice, and we took them through the garage as well. And we were walking into the garage, and I'd never been in there before because we don't park our car in the garage. We leave it in the driveway. I don't drive. Anyway, so we go in there, and I'm walking towards the garage door because, they're going to have to open that up. And he was like, oh, yep, I see him at the bottom of the garage door. And I jump back because I'm almost touching. I'm like, where? All I can see is like dust, cobweb, little things. And he was like, that's them. The entire bottom half of your garage door is redbacks.
Oh my god.
And I didn't know what to do. I was like, oh, my knee is like less than a foot away from them. Great. I want to cry.
I am a straight up arachnophobe living in Australia, and it is a different kind of misery when I see a spider. It's usually a case of I will freeze for 5-10 seconds, then have my fight or flight response, then the spider can have the room. It's not my room anymore.
That's fair. The spider owns it.
Yeah,
I'm a little bit more bitter. I'm also very stubborn when it comes to it runs in my family. So the only thing I can really talk about is like mosquitoes.
Okay.
So apparently I always knew my dad was like this because I've seen him. When there's a mosquito in the room, nothing else exists. It is just me and the little fuck that needs to die. And my dad is the same. I've watched him completely tune out everyone, including like guests. We have had like a family party or whatever, where you have to like behave, and he will just shut it all out and be like, all right, gotta kill this thing. Everyone be quiet, be still. And he will stand up on furniture. He'll have his hands poised to go bam and clap over it. And I'm the same. If I'm in bed and I hear a mosquito go like right across my ear, I will get up, I will turn on the light. I don't care if you're in bed next to me and you're trying to sleep. The motherfucker needs to die.
Yeah. Mozzies are a special case. Yeah.
I'm a little bit like that with spiders too, except I need a shoe.
Yeah,
I'm not one of those put it in a cup and let it live kind of people. I never have been. I'm very sorry.
Yeah, mozzies are definitely a case of, they are known as one of the most annoying sounds to human ears, I believe.
They should be. They should be known as that.
They're very high on the rating at least, and it's very much a case of, oh boy, no, please, I wanted to sleep tonight.
I wanted to sleep, but you wanted to live. Only one of us is going to get what we want.
For myself, I'm the mozzie bait in the family, simply because of blood type, essentially. Everyone else has got the not so attractive for mozzie blood. Me, hyper attraction.
The only thing I know that attracts them is apparently they're more likely to bite you if you eat banana. Apparently, yeah, they did a study. I can't remember what the numbers are, but if you eat banana and you're in a room with people who have not eaten banana, they're more likely to bite the people who have eaten banana.
Would that
Yeah.
just be like potassium? No, that'd be, I don't even know at that point. Wait, man, how many points does this
I don't
guy
like
have
banana.
to hydrate? Take another sip. It's recommended for every about 15 minutes or so of talking or exercise, take a drink of water. But
Okay.
yeah, Spiders, nah, my worst experience by far is just going up to a windowsill after a
Mm.
fly had just been like buzzing around the entire room. Like for the
Mm-hmm.
past 15 minutes while I was reading whatever light novel or whatever. I was like, you know what, I've had it. Let's go for this fly. So I grab out the SWAT, get ready. It stops on a windowsill. Just about to clap down on this thing. A satisfying thwack you could ever get. My kill was
Yes.
stolen by a funnel web.
That scares me.
That thing leaped out, shot it out of the air, and jumped straight back into its hole. And I was like, did I see that right?
That's how they work. I'm actually scared of doing outdoor laundry because apparently there are quite a number of funnel webs around here, and they love coming out in summer. So basically, I'm like, oh, so I don't go outside in summer. Good to know.
Because yeah, funnel webs are the really, really nasty kind. They're the #1 spot.
Yes, they are the most poisonous in the country. I don't really fancy meeting one. I have yet to see one, and I want to keep it that way.
Yeah, they look like the common black house spider till you see the bobs, and then you realize, oh no.
Oh no. Oh no.
Also, Casca, thanks for the resub. Good lord. But yeah. Nah, it's just way too much trauma-inducing stuff down under. Then, you know, let's go to the last trifecta in Australia. So there's mice, there's spiders. Have you dealt with snakes?
Yes, but only once. Only once.
All right, let's hear it. Let's hear it.
So, basically, I've lived my entire life in New South Wales, except for a very small amount of time where I lived in Tasmania that we don't talk about, except we're going to talk about now.
Oh, heck. All right, let's hear this
So, when I was 15 or 16, I went to Tasmania. Now, Tasmania is kind of like, it's our state that we all dunk on. So, I don't know what the American equivalent of Tasmania is. I don't know what the European version of Tasmania is, but basically we all make fun of it. Like, it's where all the old people live. The people who live there are a little bit like hippie. You know what? Yeah, I'm just gonna be like, yeah, they're hippies. My mother's a hippie and she lives there, so I went to go live with my mom for a little bit when I was a teenager. So, we didn't have a house at the time. We had 2 cabins, and the cabins were 1 room, and it was basically like your bed, a small little kitchen thing, and I don't know, like a table for you to have like your computer, like your laptop or something. Now, the bathroom was a shed with like a portable shower in it, and the toilet was like an outhouse kind of. There was no plumbing.
Oh boy.
Wasn't fun. So anyway, to get into the cabins were like a big log step. You'd have to step onto it and then into your cabin. So like there weren't stairs. You had to kind of hoist yourself up a little bit. So anyway, little teenage Vivi comes bounding out of her cabin. She's like, I need to talk to mom about something. So I go run off to go find my mom's cabin, and I'm about to step on her little log step, and then wrapped around it is a tiger snake.
Oh, tiger
snake.
Ooh.
Tiger snake. I didn't know that it was a tiger snake until a bit later, because the stripes are on its belly. But the tiger snake, I think, is the 3rd or the 2nd most poisonous. It's up there. It's not a red-bellied black snake,
definitely
but
up there.
It's very much up there. Like, people definitely die from the tiger snake. And so I doubled back, and I had a little bit of a scream, and my mother and her partner were still in their cabin, and they were like, what's wrong, Vivi? And I'm like, there's a snake. And they had to jump out. One of them had to like leap over it to where I was standing. And you're not meant to kill snakes. FYI, you are not meant to kill them. You're meant to call somebody, and they're meant to come take care of it. However, they lived in the middle of buttfuck nowhere, Tasmania.
I see.
So if we called somebody, the snake was probably going to go slither off underneath either the shed where the bathroom was, which is very dangerous because we shower at night. So it would be very difficult to see it in the dark, and it would probably bite us. Or it could try and go to like the outhouse, which was very easy to get into. So we were like, we've got to deal with this now.
Mm-hmm.
No, it wasn't axe time. It was hoe time.
Oh no.
So first they tried to chase it away with a pressure hose. That didn't work because it's not like a fireman pressure hose. Like it wasn't strong enough to like blast it to pieces. But it did chase it away from it because it tried to go under the shed.
Okay.
But once it got out from under there, that's when they're like, okay, we've got to kill Snakey. I'm very sorry. My mother's partner hit it with the hoe and ended up severing its head. Not fully. Sorry to get too graphic. But yeah, so we took care of it and then we slung it over a fence post and we got to watch either, I think it was a kookaburra. A kookaburra flew away with it, which is a very fun sight to see.
Kookaburra? Hold up.
Yeah, kookaburra.
Heck. Okay.
It wasn't a baby. It was not a baby snake. It was very much an adult snake. That sounds a bit funny to say, actually. But yes, a kookaburra flew away with it. And if you've ever seen a bird fly away with a snake, it looks like a bird flying away with a very long piece of ribbon.
Yeah, pretty much. The way I painted it usually was a bird suddenly flying away with a new mustache.
Cute. I like it.
Just a little, nope rope attached to it. Yep.
That's my only experience with like dangerous snake. Otherwise, I really like snakes. I think snakes are cool. And I never want to own one. I think they're a bit too much upkeep, and I'm not much on pets that require a lot of upkeep because I'm lazy. But I always loved like reptile shows and stuff like that because snakes are so dopey because they can't hear anything. Like, there's no point in naming them. So the handler would always be like, you can scream in a snake's face and it won't hear you. And he would just be like, pick up the snake, look it in the eyes, be like, ah! And the snake is just lazily looking at it like, yeah, bro, what's up?
Because, when it comes to my own personal experience with snakes, my area is very wooded, very foresty, kind of. Bushish, very bush. So, high school days, walking home, it's the middle of summer. You know, snakes cold-blooded, they kind of need to get their warmth somewhere, and...
Yeah, they're out sunbaking, ain't they?
Yeah, they sure as heck are, and I've stepped on 2 brown snakes thanks to that.
Oh, jeez.
Yes.
It's a angry thing to step on.
Yeah, they're the one that's at number 1 in the most aggressive and venomous.
Yeah, they don't like you.
No, you have to
even if you do that stand still thing.
Yeah, you have to run for about 1 kilometer if you accidentally step on one.
That would scare me.
Good lord, those 2 occasions I did not stop running. It was just nope, out of there. Good lord.
Nope.
Spare myself. But no, the worst occasion I had by far was almost picking up a red belly black snake.
Oh. Yeah, that would do it.
Yeah, because I was off in the mountainside, like tip top of a mountain, essentially. Mountain peak. If a cloud came through, it would actually cover the entire place in fog, actually. And I was up there to take a bunch of photos, advertise the property, and, let it out to whoever wanted a holiday house for a while. And I figured, I've been up on the mountainside for a while, but I haven't picked up a stick. I need a stick just in case I run into a snake. Just in case. You know what? That looks like a good stick. I'll just reach down and pick it. Oh, shit.
Oh my god!
That was not a stick.
What the fuck?
That was a red belly. And I almost picked up... Yeah.
That sounds so crazy, but I believe it.
I almost picked up the fucker if it wasn't for the fact that when I looked through my camera lens as I was reaching down, I was like, wait, those are scales. Wait, no, good lord, nope.
No, do not like.
Yeah, that was just a case. Okay, snake can have the entire yard now. Okay, where's the nearest fence? Wait, oh god, I ran further up the mountain. Oh no.
Oh no.
So that put the snake between myself and the property itself, so I was like, ah, shit. Who can I call?
Ghostbusters.
I reached my phone, I'm just like, hey, bro, you there? No? Okay. Mom? No? Dad? No? Grandmom?
Grandmom.
None of them picked up, so I was there on my own.
Oh, to all of you who are currently scared about Australia, I do need to tell you this though. I lived on the coast for about 26 years. So like anywhere Sydney side, kind of Gold Coast side, I didn't see any like snakes, any spiders for like 26 years. Okay? Like I only saw it when I went to live in Tasmania, which was in the middle of nowhere, and now that I've moved out west. So if you ever want to come visit Australia, but you don't want to see any scary legged things or snakes or anything like that, just go to Sydney. You'll have a good time. Sydney or Melbourne, you'll be fine.
Yeah. Just stick to the coast, you know. Just stick to the
Yeah.
coast. Don't worry about the outback. Great
Yeah,
outdoors
the
and all
ocean.
that.
The ocean brings safety, unless you're scared of sharks. But you shouldn't be, because there's not that many shark deaths. If you think about it.
Yeah, it was the same with spider deaths up until recently. We hadn't actually had anyone die to a spider incident for 20-something odd years, and then some random bastard got himself killed.
Yeah, they didn't go to the hospital or something. Like people usually go. They usually catch it in time. I think that person just straight up didn't go. I can't remember how old they were, but I did hear about that.
Yeah, it was a very unusual incident, just because Poison's hotline is usually extremely reliable. I would know. I've had to call them a couple of times. But anyhow, let's throw back onto some of the questions I've had written down. So, since we're on this more Aussie tangent of things, I will ask, recommend a drink. Any drink at all.
Recommend a drink. All right, well then I'm gonna have two, because I've actually had a good friend mix up a drink for me.
Oh, okay.
And it's a VTuber friend, Flint Flacklock, designed a drink for me. I'm gonna upload it into our DMs if you wanna. If you wanna put it on stream, that's up to you. But it's called the nuclear waste, like nuclear waste.
Heck.
So I'm trying to think which one. Yeah, it is vodka. It's a vodka drink.
Whoa, okay.
It is very sour. It looks very cool to me, and it is purple.
Yeah, that is a very purple drink.
Yeah. So that's. I don't know what Oz mean. Ounce? Is Oz an ounce?
Yeah, it's an ounce. It's an ounce.
Yeah, so it's 2 ounce grape jelly rancher infused vodka, 1 ounce creme de violet, half an ounce, I don't know how to say Cointreau.
Similar enough.
Yep. Half an ounce lemon juice, half bar spoon of citric acid, and then you rim half with citric acid, sugar, sour sand. So I was very flattered. I retweeted that recently because Flack does great work, and that sounds really yummy to me, because for me, if I'm drinking alcohol, I don't want it to taste anything like alcohol. I want it to be I want it to be basically like sugar water. It's got to be candy.
Oh, that's fair enough. Like myself, I do enjoy having straight shots and whatnot on the occasion, but when it does come to something to just sip at, then yeah, it is usually a lot more preferable to just have something nice, I guess.
Yeah. I've never been much into like straight spirits. I can do shots. Typically, if I have, it's been like tequila or vodka. Tequila burns the least for me, but vodka is what I usually have on hand. So if I'm ever talking about drinking, it's usually vodka.
Fair enough. Yeah, I do notice it is very often that whenever you mention drinking during the day, it's some kind of vodka and something else. Usually.
I just have bottles of vodka. They're just, I don't know, you spend like $40 and you have this bottle of vodka for like months. You just have that.
You have some potatoes, I guess, in a bottle.
Yeah, exactly. It keeps.
Yeah, I used to be someone who did drink a lot of vodka in the day, but then that just slowly tapered off as I went to less and less parties, really. Because, yeah, eventually it just comes to that point of, yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah. For me, it's usually like the party drinks like cruises and UDLs, because they're just They're very sweet and they go down very easy. I'm not a beer person. I'm just not. There it is. There's the drink. Yeah. So that's by Flint Flacklock. I love him. He a good bro. He's I think I can't remember how long ago we met. It's been a while.
Yeah, it is a very interesting drink and would definitely come out as quite sour.
I really want to. I love sour stuff. Sour stuff is my favorite. Sour and spicy, but I don't think I really want spicy drink. I prefer spicy food.
Spicy drinks have a very different kind of profile to them. It's usually when you start including either some more medicinal stuff or ginger, really. Usually it just comes down to ginger and cinnamon. Because yeah, in personal experience, normally you give someone a sweet drink to start, then you think, okay, what do you want them to try next? Oh, give them something smooth maybe. Then from there you think, maybe give them something a bit classic, and then after that you think, you know what, let's give them something spicy, why not?
See, I don't have a lot of experience with like see, that sounds like fancy drinking to me. Fancy drinking. The fanciest drinking I had was when I turned 18. My sister was like, all right, Vivi, we're taking you to try all of the alcohol bases. We're gonna find out which is the one that you like. So she took me to a bar and she sat me down and she was like, okay, bartender, we want to try one of each of the bases.
Oh.
And
oh, yikes.
So she was a bartender at the time. So she has a lot of opinions on alcohol. So I had to do a shot of pretty much every single alcohol base.
Oh, that's actually something really brutal to do. Yeah.
Yep. I don't remember getting drunk, but I do remember hating everything. But like she made me like put the cups in order of like which ones I liked and which ones I hated. And I can't remember what I hated the most. I feel like it might have been gin.
Oh.
It might have been. I did not like gin. Gin burned a lot going down. It was either gin or scotch because I didn't like scotch either. But vodka was kind of in the middle. Rum I didn't mind. But the one that burned the least going down was tequila. So at the end of all of that, she ordered me like a really fruity tequila drink with like some kind of like slice of fruit on the side, and I really liked it.
Yeah, tequila, surprisingly enough, was one of those drinks I had the most issues with until very recently, actually. Because, yeah, tequila for me burnt like nothing else, essentially. It was just like, I can't deal with this to save my life.
I'm sorry, just maybe I'm built different. Who knows?
The complete irony here, though, is gin is actually by far my favorite.
We're just two different people, you know. Different tastes. Yeah, and I don't know, maybe my tastes have changed since I was 18, but I don't really fancy doing it again.
Because yeah, the odd experience I had with tequila that changed my mind recently was, let's see, it was a outing with a bunch of other Sydney side of VTubers, and we had just gotten to this one bar, essentially. We were just like, oh, yeah, we'll just sit down for a bit and we'll have shots or whatever. And it'd just be a rather chill night. Then we were told by the bartender, oh, we're closing down in half an hour. You might want to get out of here. We're just like, eh.
They do that, don't they?
Yeah, and we were just like, okay, do we want to take shots for the road, I guess? And the shot for the road was tequila, of all things. And I was like, I was like, I don't do very good at tequila. People have that with like the salt and the lime and everything. I'm just like, okay, sure. Why not? What's the worst that could happen?
Why not?
It's been like, I don't know, 5 years since my last experience with it. Can't be that much worse, can it? Take the tequila, it goes down very smooth. I'm just like, okay, that's not too bad. That's not too bad at all. And yeah, we're just off walking Sydney Harbour with a koala, a pom-pom, and a cat, I believe, at the time. Anyway,
I love it.
man, that koala, though. Jeez.
That koala.
Yeah.
That would be great. I miss Sydney. It's been a while.
Stop by sometime, why not? Maybe when
Yeah,
we're not
definitely.
having a murderous amount of restrictions going on from an outbreak.
Yeah.
'Cause, good
Yeah, I
lord.
think that would be a good idea. Yeah.
Because, yeah, when you're suddenly told, yeah, we've had 30-something cases, where's the lockdown?
Yeah,
We're
that's
locking down,
why
right? Right?
I was planning to see my family, but the cases all popped up, and we've decided that it's just not very safe at the moment. So we're not going to be able to. Very sad.
Yeah, a lot of little plans get cancelled here and there thanks to just impromptu lockdowns and whatnot.
Yeah, we're coming along though. It's getting better.
After all, vaccine and whatnot's being peddled around, eventually things will be alright, I suppose.
Yeah. It's got to stay positive.
Alright, yeah, there is one seeded question here that I've got left that I haven't actually asked yet.
Yeah, sure.
And that was regarding Iron Vertex, actually. So, back to the more VTuber front of things. So,
Alrighty.
what exactly was getting a model with Iron Vertex like? Because it is a very, from what I can tell, a very unique experience considering they're very in-depth, per se.
Yes, they're also, I think, I may disappoint some people because I believe my experience is very different. At least the initial part of the experience is very different to what it is now. Basically, I applied in mid 2020, and that was right about the time the VTuber boom was kind of just getting started, sort of starting up. I contacted them either in July or I believe it was July or very early August, but I want to say July because that's when I have most of my like invoicey stuff. So I emailed them from their website. I didn't really do Twitter so much, at least not as hard. And I sent them an email, and they sent a form being like, "All right, please fill out this form, like if you are interested." So I go through the form, and it asks all the questions, like tell us about the project, and do you have experience with like Live 2D and that kind of thing, and they ask at the end or towards the end, like what tier you want, because Iron Vertex has tiers. So there's tier 1 for like chibis and things like that. Tier 2 is a little bit more movement. Tier 3 has even more movement, and then tier 4 has the most movement. And I was like, I want tier 4. Give me everything. Because I had been saving up, and I was like, all right, if we're going to do this VTuber model, we're going to go all out right from the get-go so we don't have to do it again. So I had to save up quite a bit for that. Anyway, at the end of the thing, it actually said, we reserve tier 4 for returning clients. So it's not for first-time clients, meaning I couldn't get a tier 4. And said, knowing this, are you still interested in pursuing working with us? And I went, oh, no. And I clicked no, and I sent in the form because they had emailed it to me. So I figured it was best to tell them, oh, well, then I guess I'm not interested because I can't have tier 4 and I want everything. And I got an email back being like, are you sure? Like, basically being like, listen, tier 3 does everything you're looking for. And if you'd like, we can upgrade you to tier 4 later. But, are you sure? And that's quite funny because I believe now if you say no, that's it. They're not going to send you another email being like, are you sure? Like, hey, you want a second chance to think about that there. I'm very lucky that I got in when I did because I'm pretty sure I would not have made it past the second round of form questions this time because I would have been like, I can't have tier 4. But yeah, I got in, and I remember I had no idea what was really going on. But the wonderful thing, the wonderful thing about Ivy, I'm going to gush a lot about
by
Soy.
all means, by all means.
Soy is the person that you talk to when you're organizing your model. She's the one who will, if you go through them to talk to like one of their in-house artists, she does the translation and whatnot if you guys don't speak the same language. So when I applied, I was like, okay, I don't have an artist. I was hoping that I could contact you guys for that. And they were like, sure, here's a list of artists.
Ooh.
And I don't know if I have all the artists written down, but I did have, I believe at the time, there was Nyana's artist, Nia. Nia was available.
Mm-hmm.
Etta. And I'm trying to remember who else. I think there was one called like Ika something or other, because there was one video of Brian's rigging that I really loved, and I thought it was amazing. She's got white hair. It's a cat girl in like a dress or a skirt. If any of you have watched Brian rigging examples on his YouTube, that one was so fluid and bouncy that I was like, I want that, give me that. Like, and that's why I wanted the tier 4. And then I realized, like, you know, you don't need tier 4 for the bouncy. You can have it all with tier 3. And I was debating between pretty much those 3. And Etta, who is, spoiler alert, my model mama. And I thought about it overnight, and I actually talked to Nemo about it. Nemo was with me pretty much the entire way through. And I remember being like, who do you think is going to be able to draw Vivi best? Like, I'm unsure. Like, let's see how we go. And I eventually settled on Etta, even though the only example of Etta art there was at the time was a VTuber on Bilibili called Akuma U. And Akuma is a male VTuber, and very, very different look. No booba, because, well, didn't want any booba, I guess. And I remember looking but being like, it's cute and I like it. I like the hair, I like the eyes. I believe that Etta can do a good job. With both guys and gals. So I was like, all right, lock me in for Etta. And so I haven't talked directly with Etta because we don't speak the same language. I would love to someday, though. I think I need to work up the courage and get a translator out and actually send like a Twitter message and be like, hey, mama, thank you for everything. So once the art was all done, which was a very smooth process, by the way, like they really help you every step of the way. Like you get a couple of like edits and things. I don't know if the process is different now, so I can't say that my experience is what the experience is like now. But they give you a couple of like major edits and then a couple of minor ones, and then you move on to the rigging. And with the rigging, I was asked, like, you know, what kind of stuff did I want for Vivi? And the two things that I really, really wanted, and spoiler alert, I got them both, was I wanted the headphones to blink, and I was so excited when I saw that implemented. Like, I was like, yes! And there are still people who come into streams and go, holy fuck, the things are blinking! Ah! That's scary! And I'm like, what are you talking about? They're smiley, blinky. They're friendly little headphones. Don't worry about it. The other thing, though, and I asked it last. I asked for it last because I didn't think it was possible. I threw it in at the end.
Okay.
I asked Soy, I was like, hey, this sounds kind of crazy. Like, if it's at all possible, I would love to be able to do finger guns, because that is my social response to everything in life. Like, if somebody is like, oh man, like, I'm having a really hard day, I'll be like, oh man, fam, that sucks. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, dude. That sucks. And then, you know, if you're happy or you're saying hi, you also go like, hey, how you doing? Like, finger guns is for everything. Finger guns is for, like, you know, good times, bad times, finger guns are just there for you. And I didn't think that Sawyer would say yes. But Sawyer's like, yep, we can do that. We're just going to contact Etta one more time because we need Etta to draw the arm assets of your arms going up. And I was like, oh, okay. I guess this is happening. And lo and behold, here they are. I can go pew, 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 all I want. Like, I can just do that, and it's really cool to me. And I'm really excited because I'm seeing more VTubers doing finger guns and other hand gestures as well, and it's just really neat to see because it's a fun little thing to like do in the middle of stream, like either as a redeem or just to emphasize on something. Thank you for the finger guns in chat. Thank you. But yeah, I'm very grateful, and I was also very fortunate to be able to have Brian do the rigging. I'm still very grateful and still a little bit shell-shocked that I was able to slide in there. So I got in when I could. So yeah, Iron Vertex are so lovely and so supportive, and like they come cheer you on during streams as well. It's not really a one and done thing. Like they don't just make you like a model and then pat you on the butt and send you out the door. Like they help you out. Like if you're having trouble, you get back into DMs with Soy and you're like, Soy, my eyeball is drifting. What do I do? And they're there for you, and it's very sweet. And I don't know, I can't say enough good things about them. They've really made the process so great, and I love them very much. So yeah, I don't know if that answered the questions or not.
No, that answered it a fair bit. Just getting some insight over there. Because yeah,
Good.
a lot of people do see it as a very prestigious thing to manage to do, I suppose, these days.
I think definitely, I would definitely not think maybe that I could sell myself as like a good investment or something. I would feel like, I don't know, I don't have a lot of what's the word? Confidence in like promoting myself as a brand or as a performer, so I don't know. But from what I've seen, Iron Vertex really does like they see things in people, and they give people a good go, and I like that. So I'm very grateful.
Hey, you've come quite a ways from there. Anyhow, from yes, tier 4. Oh, no access? Oh, no thanks.
No tier 4? Okay, bye.
Oh, man. But yeah, finger guns, man. That, when I tuned into one of your streams at first, I was like, wait, there's an option for finger guns here? Really? Hold up. I went ahead and used the redeem. I was like, oh, heck, okay, it actually does finger gun. Jesus.
Yeah, when people come in, they're like, what's finger guns? And I'm like, whatcha? And like I have other like toggle things. One sec. It's like, yeah, they can wiggle like that too. And that.
Yeah, they are.
But I don't do that too often.
Guns, I will say.
When my model was first handed to me, Sawyer was like, okay, so I'm gonna walk you through piloting your new mech. Yes, the eyes changed too. I have yellow eyes for when the time calls for it.
Oh no.
The purple eyes is the standard, and then I have five expressions, and I have some animations too, which I really like. And the one thing I like about my animations is they can change a little bit depending on if like finger guns are up. Particularly, all right, let me just, I'll do a zoom out for one of them. So it's like, yeah. Okay, I think just got to make sure that like I'm gonna fit the frame. Alrighty, so it's like without finger guns looks like this. Ta-da!
Oh wow.
So I like that because the hands look cute. But then let's say we have the finger guns up and then we do it again. Ta-da! and I can move them as well.
Oh, wow, okay.
So yeah, that's how that works. Anyway, I gotta fix that back up again. Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's good.
It is just a really nice amount of flair, really.
I was so happy. When I first got my model back, when I first saw like Vivi moving around, because I designed Vivi in 2019. Seeing her moving, I actually cried. It was a very emotional moment because it was like, wow, she live, she breathing. When I got the first like little test footage, the first like little video clip of Vivi just kind of robotically moving and then mouth open like, what? I could see the breathing and I just started crying. I was so happy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Frankenstein moment. She's alive.
She's alive.
And I don't think that feeling's fully gone away. Like, I still have so much fun. That's why I really enjoy VTubing too.
Because yeah, it doesn't really go away after you've seen your model move. It's just like, oh hey, it's moving. Heck, it's moving.
It's alive.
Yep.
Move. But yes.
Yeah, I had a roughly similar experience with my particular rigger and artist because he did both at once, actually. He did both the art and the rigging, and during the whole process, he sent me the demos and changes and whatever, and I was like, dude, every time you send me these, I'm smiling like a bloody idiot. Come on.
That's so cute. I love that.
Because, yeah, man, it was a friend that I've known throughout university for quite a while, so yeah, good fella.
Well, you look absolutely gorgeous, if I may say so.
Thank you. Anyhow, let's see. I don't know, I had one question at the back of my head before ending off this interview, and Right, that's what it was. So, why Fallout? Specifically, as a franchise that you liked.
Fallout. All right, so for one, Fallout New Vegas is the best video game of all time, in my opinion. So a lot of people may not see that or agree, but like, you know, they're wrong. Don't worry about it. Like, I didn't really get into like console games for quite a while. I think I was like 17 or 18 when I picked up Fallout. No, wait, I would have been 18 or 19 because it came out in 2010. And basically, I love games where if you play it a certain way, it changes, like choices change endings and stuff like that. I'm not actually much on like first person shooters or like action RPGs, but like I've slowly come around to them. Chat being like, debatable. No, chat. No, not debatable. Bad chat. So Fallout New Vegas just means, I don't know, it was such an experience for me. The writing and the characters and the experience was just so much, and it's so clever. I can tell how much Obsidian put into it, and I am absolutely furious at how Bethesda treated like Obsidian. Bethesda, a piece of shit. And I will fight till the end over that. So like, I'm not really a fan of Fallout 3. I'm also not really a fan of Fallout 4. I can play Fallout 4. Fallout 3 is not that much fun for me. Fallout 4 can be enjoyable, but honestly, in my opinion, it doesn't really feel like a Fallout game. Like, it feels like a different game just called Fallout. Because you don't really have that much role-playing. You don't really have that much choice. Like,
you're given a voice as well.
Yes, and that kills so much of the role-playing aspect. I haven't played Fallout 1 and 2. I've watched long plays and I've read all of the wiki stuff. I love the lore for Fallout 1 and 2. I also read up what Fallout Van Buren was meant to be like.
Oh boy.
a fair amount of that did carry over to New Vegas. But yeah, like New Vegas has so much into it, and I can get really passionate during streams if particular things come up. I remember I had one stream where we were talking to Raul, who's a companion, and he's voiced by
Oh boy.
Danny Trejo.
Yeah.
And I went absolutely bonkers, being like, his delivery of the lines, his like voice acting and the passion in it. I was like, this is just so good. And we get rated.
Oh, for
oh
God's
my god. Is Don okay?
The koala I mentioned earlier was said koala.
Is Don okay? Don!
Don?
Buddy!
Don?
You
Oh my
you're
God.
right?
Okay, how does one put this? Alright. Where's this guy's handle again? Don Koala channel. Okay, since he raided,
Yeah.
I am going to have to tell a story to everyone afterwards.
Please tell us a story. I'm settling in. Tell me.
Alright, man was playing Dark Souls 3. Got it. Also, Zelly, where the hell are you getting all these points for the hydrates?
I'm having more water. Although I think I've only got enough for like 2 more mouthfuls.
Roughly the same, really. He's made me go through at least a liter bottle. Okay, so since Don is here, I will tell this story simply because, how does one put it? Don claims that he's a very good drinker.
X to doubt.
Very much claims he's a very good drinker. So, a bunch of the Sydney VTuber, we meet up for Korean barbecue and drinks. And it turns into, we stop by a Korean barbecue place, it's shots and shots of soju. And he had a bunch of people which put a hit on his head, essentially, saying, get this koala drunk, no matter what.
Oh my god.
And
And did he?
Okay, so we had, okay, on the day, we had a gorilla, a cow, a koala, a pom-pom, myself, and a cat. The pom-pom and the cow were the ones specifically sent to assassinate the koala.
Oh my god.
And it was a lot of shots. A very ridiculous amount.
What kind of
It
shots?
was mostly soju, but it was non-stop. From the moment we started, we did not stop. Pretty much. Wow. It was a case of, okay, what's the worst that could happen? Let's play a drinking game. It was a very simple drinking game. It was pretty much, okay, so you're floating a shot glass on some beer. Fill it up with soju. Whoever sinks the boat has to drink it. Whoever was before Don would fill it up to the absolute brink. To the point where no matter how much he poured in, he was going to sink it regardless.
No.
So every,
That sounds great.
Yeah, every time he just died and we were just like, yep, drink up, drink up. And then, like, it was shot after shot, and so Haruchi, the pom-pom, every time she saw anyone's shot glass empty at the table, would fill it right back up. That one is scary at times. It's like, oh, your glass is empty.
Sydney siders.
It's like, your glass is empty. Here, have another pour. Yeah. Just drink it. Cheers. Yeah. Cheers. I'm just like, you're not much better, are you? Oh no. Because, yeah, out of the 6 people at that outing, 4 of them were casualties by the end of it.
Oh dear.
The only people reasonably alive were myself and the cow. Don KO'd first, actually.
Poor koala.
Yes, the koala died first, straight up. And it was a case of we were at karaoke afterwards, screaming our lungs out and whatever. And, oh boy.
That sounds amazing.
Every time a shot glass was empty, Haru was right there, ready to pour another glass of shots of soju. Just ready to assassinate this koala, just being like, yes, here, have another one. So
What's up?
eventually he ducks out of the room. We don't see him for like a couple of songs and whatnot. We're like, shouldn't someone check on him just in case? He's chundering in the bathroom.
Beautiful. Love it.
The guy was completely out like a light, and I was just like, oh man. Oh yeah, Monochrist was the cat, and that fella was during the karaoke session was passed out as spouts. Yeah, we're back live. We're back live.
We're back live? Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Damn it, Don!
Yeah, particularly Don was stuck in the bathroom. We managed to get him out eventually. He didn't last very long afterwards, per se. It got to the point where I had to escort him to a bunch of old volunteers I'd signed up with, and was just like, okay, yeah, can you take care, guys? Yeah, handle this guy. He's had a bit much to drink. He chundered at least twice on the way, actually.
I love that you're calling it chunded. It's just, it's so Australian.
Yeah,
it's so incredibly
very
Australian.
Aussie to call it chundering, but yeah. Very much told the guy, okay, yeah. Alright, yep. Vomit on the barricade. Just get it out. Yep. You're good. We just need to cross this street. I'll sit you down. You can have some water, maybe a chopper chop. Get you home. You good? You good? Okay, I'll head back to the others, and that was the end of Don for the night.
Sorry, I had to... I'm not chundering, I'm coughing.
But yeah, Don was... Man, yeah, he was properly assassinated that night.
That sounds great.
Yeah, the plan was actually to assassinate him again this weekend, but yeah, plans fell through.
Aw, well, there's always the future. You can kill a koala again sometime.
But man, Christ, that was a night to remember. Good lord. Especially because, yeah, then the gorilla died, and then, like, the cat was already dead, the gorilla died, the pom-pom had long died as well, and we were just like, oh, yeah, let's drag everyone off to an arcade.
Listen, Don, I'm a lightweight. Assassinating me, I'm done in one drink. I'm a one and done kind of gal.
And you go for vodka. God damn it.
Yep. Hey, if I'm drinking, I'm drunken.
Also, I didn't realize...
No, I'm not in the US.
Oh, man.
I am Aussie. If I know I don't sound it.
Also, yeah, wait, Zelly. Where the hell is Zelly getting all these points from? How many streams of mine does he lurk in?
Yes, I am New South Wales. I was actually planning on going Sydney side during the next 2 weeks, but sadly cannot because of the COVID bubble. I was gonna go see family. I do want to go to Sydney again sometime, but we will see. We will see when that happens.
Drink sometimes, I suppose. Anyway. God, but yeah, that was my encounter with the koala for the second time. That was a very wild night, to say the least. Because then by the end of the night, I realized, you know, I should probably go home. It's 2 a.m. I stand up, realize, oh, the entire back of my pants is torn. When did that happen?
What? What? Oh my god.
So I realized, wait, I'm not getting home with like this massive tear in my pants. So I look over at the gorilla. I'm just like, you want to stop by a friend's place instead? So yeah, we just walk off to this friend's place, and we're up chatting till like 4 or 5 a.m. and then we finally pass out. Wake up, tear is still in my pants, and I'm just like, I have to get home with this.
Oh no.
I guess I'm not wearing my hoodie on the way back. That's going around my waist.
I'm sorry, that's funny.
Yeah,
Well,
his...
I'm sure you got home safe.
Yeah, I got home safe after that, and I had to do a stream that night. I don't remember exactly who it was I was interviewing, but I interviewed somebody.
Hopefully in new pants.
Yes, but here's the thing. Here's where it all wraps around back to today, by the way. So, my eyesight has been kind of crap recently because I've had to use a different pair of glasses. So, I head downstairs. I've just taken my painkillers and whatever. I am drowsy as all hell. I look over at my small dog and I'm just like, oh, that's strange. Why does she have like a coat on or something? I'm just like, okay, that's an interestingly textured coat.
What?
Here's the thing. My mom then just calls me over. It's like, oh yeah, did you see Sky's new coat? That's made out of your pants. I'm like, fuck!
That's so fun. Great. You know, waste not, want not.
I took one look and was immediately just like, give me a sec, I need to put my glasses back on. It's like, I'm like, oh shit, that actually is my pants from that night. Oh.
Damn. They haunted you.
They found new purpose. Good lord. But yeah, that's that entire night coming full circle. Jesus.
Thank you for the raid, Don. I'm glad I got to hear.
Yeah. Adventures out with the Sydney lot tend to be on the wild side. But yeah, maybe we'll drag you into one of those adventures sometime. Maybe.
Maybe someday.
If I had any closing remarks when it comes to Don is bloody short.
Listen, I pride myself on the fact that Vivi is quite tall. Vivi is all leg, lots of leg. But sadly, when I'm not piloting the Vivi, I am 5'2", so I can't really talk.
Oh boy. Anyhow, been a wild ride for this night. Let's see if I can't find someone to raid tonight.
Fuck yeah.
Let's see. Who's on? Who can I send a unusually high amount of viewers to? Ah. I see. I will send it to another Aussie, because I have just the person to send it to.
Aussie? Aussie? Fuck yeah. Guys, it's an Aussie raid. Come on. Don't go nowhere. Come on, chat. I'm gonna raid the Aussie. Cowabunga on this. Yeah.
Anyhow, thanks for coming on and being an interview guest. This was a fairly nice experience, I will say.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it, and I'm glad that glad we were able to get through the questions and that I was able to answer them somewhat adequately. I hope, maybe.
No, you did quite well. You were actually on the efficient side of things.
Oh, fuck yeah. Guys, I'm efficient. I'm efficient.
Nuclear energy. It is efficient stuff.
Boo, yeah.
Anyhow, let's take this to a loading screen.
All right.
That
is guys.
Not a loading screen, that is a drink. Okay, this is a loading screen. And for this time, let's send you off to Twee.
Twee! Twee raid! Fuck yeah! Bye, guys! Twee! I'm excited. Do we do raid message or do we just
I normally just send people in force. I normally leave whatever raid message up to whoever. So
all right, guys.
Wait. Be creative. Be creative.
Be creative. Echoist BB raid. Echoist BB raid.
Oh Jesus Christ. That is a lot of subs all of a sudden. So Cheetos, thank you very much for the subs. Good lord, for the gift subs, man.
Okay, here is my raid message for you guys. Have whatever emote you like. I don't care. And it counts because I technically am also Sydney Siders. And Cheaties, thank you for the gift subs.
Good lord.
Thank you guys for coming. Thank you so much.
Alright. And in 5, 4,
4,
3,
3,
2,
2,
and 1.
1.
Raid is off.
Ta-da!
Lord. Man, that was a
I
trip
wanna
tonight.
I wanna hear Twee.